Welcome to Daytona. We got a treat for you this evening. Great Lakes Trucks here at Daytona for a practice race for next week's season opener. How you doing today, Alex?
Well, we're hanging out. We're watching a bunch of fools run around Daytona and wreck each other, so I'm having a great time right now.
Always a blast here at Daytona. And we got a good amount of cars in this field, so this should be an exciting race. We were sitting here watching the heat races, and they were just amazing. A double overtime in the second heat race. Very entertaining stuff. Pace car pulls off. And it looks like we're going to go green as the 56 leads him to the line. Kevin Waltler driving into the first turn. No sponsors on the car.
And they got single file incredibly fast. That is impressive. Oh, I say that, but he takes it to the outside at the 56, and now they're lining up 2 by 2 now. Going down the back. One guy's on the apron. Who is that? It's looking like it's
It's a long race here, 45 laps. Everyone will have to probably make one stop to make it to the finish. I'm not exactly sure on that, but one stop is usually the go.
Yeah, running 45 laps around Daytona, they shouldn't really burn off that much fuel, so we're looking to see only one stop here as we see a driver going on pit road right now. That's a shame, he got damaged and he has to go down pit road. That'll definitely hurt his race if they don't get a caution here.
Still really on, and the way these guys are racing here on lap 2, I'm thinking we're going to get a caution here within the next couple of laps, the way these guys are racing.
Well, that'd be something, wouldn't it? We got a big field here today, so it ought to get very interesting.
And the 67 looks like he's going to get split by the 18 and the 95. The 95 won the heat race that won the double overtime just moments ago. And he's up here battling for the lead.
Yes, him and the 33 have been hooked up the whole time, and it sounds like they're ready to start of the race. 67's giving a big shove to them, so they've got it lined up. Oh, and he takes him into the middle line now. Oh, but he can't get fully under him, gets back to pushing him. Can the 95 take the lead away from the 56 here? Oh, they're heading to turn 3. They're still side by side. Dead even going through the corner here. There ain't nobody giving an inch to each other coming around this corner. But it looks like the 95 is a bit of a run on the outside. But no, I say that, but the 18 gets another run right down the inside lane. It's like it's not even affecting him.
Lining up, we're getting some 3-wide racing here up front. The 18 still trying to hold the lead all by himself. They're lining up 3 wide. Looks to be 4 deep back there.
Driver's in the wall.
Wide. 4 wide as a car gets into the wall for a second there. The 00 takes full advantage and goes past both of them. And he's now 4th on the outside.
The Dogecoin car got in the wall there, and now he's falling back. He got in the wall again. He's still in the wall. Gotta be careful of the other drivers behind him. He might cause a caution.
Dogecoin is not going to the moon today. It's looking like he going to the back.
No, he is not. That is for sure.
Number 18, Ty Smith, is fighting hard. Brandon Dennis on his outside with Elliott Henderson in the 36 this time. Usually you see him in the 37, but this time he's in the 36. In the 56, you got Kevin Waltler on the inside, our pole sitter. And they're lining up in the back.
Ooh, big dash to the outside in the middle of the pack there. Looked like they were going to try and take it 3 wide there, but it looks like they were just trying to see ahead of them, maybe even get some air in their nose. Oh, and then they do take it 3 wide here. Now we're going to try and get some 3 wide racing for the lead, and this could get very dangerous with how much these drivers are starting to weave now.
This is some great racing early on. And here comes the 18 once again going for the lead. 18's going to split the 95 of Brandon Dennis. And Brandon Dennis is going to lose some spots. Elliott Henderson currently has the lead by a nose over the 18 of Ty Smith. And DuPont right behind him in the 00, pushing him.
Yeah, the 36 slipped off the top lane. The 00 followed him behind him and went around the 95. Now they're leading the middle lane here. they are trying to continue to get around the outside of this 18. 56 ought to be running hot as he's been pushing him the whole time, but these other two drivers have been cool attempts.
Ooh,
the flag there, somebody, drivers in the wall.
Great save by the 64. The gray 64 car almost spun it, and he's still going. Everybody's still going out here. The 95 jumps up high. Dennis gonna make it 3 wide, but looks like no one's gonna go with him up there. All on his lonesome.
These drivers have a big advantage here of they know that it's chaotic, so they're driving expecting chaos, and so they're driving a lot more careful of wrecks than you typically would at some of these races. Especially since they've been racing for the lead since the very start of the race, so nothing is cooled down yet whatsoever.
It's been neck and neck for the lead ever since the green flag dropped. Crazy, crazy. Still early here. Everyone's getting used to one another as this is, once again, I say a practice race for the season opener next week. And they're beginning to settle in 2 set packs, it looks like.
Yeah, it could be possible that some of these drivers heard the word practice and went, oh, it doesn't matter, and now they're racing crazy hard as the 36 jumps in front of the 18 for the lead. Now he's single file up for the front 2 here, almost up to the front 3. But they start to get they're wrecking!
There goes Dennis!
The 95 going to the inside pit wall. Oh, and they're just stacking up. Cautions out.
Dennis. Oh, he was doing so well. That's disappointing to see that Caterpillar car crushed like that.
Yeah, it looks like they kind of stacked up there in the mid-pack out into the wall as we watch the replay here coming out of turn 4. 95's on the outside of 44. Oh, and the drivers behind him go up straight into the wall and tag him. Drives him to the inside wall, and these drivers trying to avoid end up just running into him.
Eric Kepf with that huge nose-to-nose collision. That blew his motor immediately. Had nowhere to go right there.
Yeah, it's a shame indeed. Watch the onboard of Eric Kepf as he gets into this. Oh no, here it comes. Oh, big contact. That pink boy is not having a fun day.
That was an insane wreck. I don't know exactly what prompted the white car from going up. I couldn't even see what number that was that came up into Dennis. Let's see right here. It looks like the Good Wrench car down on the bottom just comes up and gets into the Ben Rhodes car and spins, and Brandon Dennis just spins around, and that's a day ender. His engine is toast, and so is Eric Kepf's engine. And the leaders are now on pit road.
Now, I do not believe they can make it to the finish from here. However, I could be wrong about that. But what is likely is that they're just trying to take tires. You could also take fuel, which lowers the rear end on some of these cars, makes them a slight bit faster in a straight line, and makes it a lot easier on those new tires to make the moves that you might need to try and get to the lead. So, good choice by the field here to try and come down pit road, though I am surprised as we see some guy in the grass in the back there. Come see who that is in the grass. That might have been the 76, I believe, was in the grass.
He's just cleaning the rubber off his tires, Alex.
Hey, maybe get some of the marbles off before he gets into the pit box.
Exactly. Who wants to slide through the pit box?
Who needs to weave when you have the grass?
Exactly. Use your surroundings.
Some Mr. Miyagi lesson. If you cannot weave, then you go through the grass. Think outside the box. Alright, the 36 retains the lead of Elliott Henderson as they come off pit road. He'll lead the field as Ty Smith in second place follows him with Aiden DuPont in third. No real changes for position at the front of the field here.
Why is that Ryan Potter's up here? Wasn't Ryan Potter in that accident that just happened? He's the only Ben Rhodes looking car I see out here.
Well,
he's back on pit road.
He's got quite a bit of damage. I believe he was just coming out of pit road quicker to lead the field to have the most time on pit road he can. Remember, they got short cautions here, so they're already starting to go double file for the start here. So he's got to try and get as much of his damage fixed as possible before they go green.
1 to go this time. Lights are out on the pace car. You have Elliott Henderson and Ty Smith on the front row. Right behind him, you have Kyle Hall and Kevin Watler. And then Nathan Nicholson right back there in 5th in the 16.
Alright, boys, let's get ready for this restart. We got long pace laps themselves around here. And as not much happened during that pit cycle, we frankly ran out of stuff to say, but we're coming around through turns 3 and 4 here, waiting for Elliott Henderson to come and take the green and lead the field to what ought to be a very exciting second quarter of this race. Let's see if we could try and get back to some 3-wide racing without wrecking.
We're going to get the green flag with 35 laps to go here. Elliott Henderson's going to lead them down as the pace car pulls off. And here comes the green flag is back out. Elliott Henderson jumps out to a car length lead, trying to clear the 18 on the outside. And it looks like he's going to stay down there with Kyle Hall for now.
There's a lot of scattering in the midfield there, the back half of the top 10. It kind of separated these top 7 guys here, top 8 guys. But the gap isn't big enough, so we're going to see a big run here come from the second pack up to the front pack. We'll see if anybody tries to take it 3 wide. Very likely, as we see a bit of scrambling for the driver second in line to the leaders of each row. Got to be careful though. Ooh, the 56 gets right on the backside of the 18, almost turns them there going through turns 3, but they keep it going. And now the second pack is caught back up as we see drivers try and take it to the high lane. Gets a little bit of a block, but they're going to try and keep doing this. They want to get up to the front. You want to try and lead these races. You control the pack if you're up at the front of these lines. Or at least if you're second in line, you can decide when you want to lead the line. These drivers that are 4 or 5 rows deep are going to try and find any opportunity they can to jump out of line and move forward. And that's the interesting part about these plate races, especially in these trucks.
I just love truck racing in general. Truck racing is the best racing, if you'd ask me. Just love the way these things drive and the way they just ride with one another. As the 36 jumps high, trying to get on the high side of the 56 and trying to get to Ty Smith. Here comes Elliott. Elliott has a big run on the high side. He's going to be on Ty Smith's outside coming into turn 1. The 56 of Kevin Watler right behind Ty Smith in the 18. And Justin Benda right behind Elliott Henderson on the high side.
Elliott wants that lead back, that's for sure. He's made a dominant move to try and lead this line again, and now they're going to try and go for, ooh, some cars dashing in the apron, trying to avoid a wreck possibly. Big checkup. Dogecoin car dies.
And
Oh, they're wrecking!
The 33 is around. The 67.
Big wreck.
Nathan Nixon. Caution flag waves. Looks like there's a lot of damage to DuPont as well in the 00. Maybe he had a part in this.
That was a big wreck right at the front of the field. That had to have taken out at least a dozen drivers out of this race.
67 with a lot of damage there. Disappointing for him. He's been running in the top 10 all day.
Yeah, Will is not doing great, and Brian Mayhew behind him seems to have huge engine damage as he's having a hard time even keeping up with Will.
Man, we're gonna need to take a look at this replay here.
Oh,
Yeah, it should be.
a little far forward. Let's try and pull this one back a little bit so we can see what caused it here. Do we
Got it right in the
possibly
middle.
have? Do we possibly have some net code? Possibly. Or that's what we're gonna have to see in a second here. Excuse us for the slight technical difficulties here. We're getting multiple angles though of how hard this wreck was. I mean, it. Nobody in that back half of the field had any chance to avoid that wreck. A majority of the back half of the field got into it some way or another. Even if they didn't even hit the wreck, they were hitting each other just trying to miss it. As we see what caused this wreck going into turn 3 here. Ooh, I don't know.
Kind of looked like to me that maybe the Dr. Pepper car, the 44, it looked like he might have gotten in the back of the 33 right there. Let's see, here's a better angle right here. I'm gonna see if the helicopter, the 44 gets up into the 64, and the 64 gets into the 33 and causes a huge chain reaction. Blocked off the whole track. I'm surprised there's actually wasn't more cars involved in this whole track getting blocked off like that.
Oh yeah, that's something you see a lot in these plate races. Usually the guy behind can't really see what's going on in front. They try and dash around, looking to see, and they end up forgetting about the guys beside them. So very unfortunate.
Very disappointing for Nathan Nixon, as you saw from the in-car camera right there. He had no idea what was going on next to him and behind him. He just got thrown in the wall after a very good start to the day for him.
Yes, Nathan Nixon seems to, I believe these drivers have a faster pair because I'm looking at his truck and it looks beautiful right now.
No, his pit crew's just that good.
Hey, NASCAR ought to hire them. Somebody ought to hire those pit crew members if he could fix a truck that good.
You know how they have 5-star pit crews? Well, I heard that that man Nathan Nixon got a 6-star pit crew. I don't know how he did it.
All he did was just tape a "you can do it" star to their forehead, and they instantly became 6 stars.
You can do it.
It glistens under the night sky.
And the lights are out on the pace car as the 18 of Ty Smith is now the leader of the pack. Kevin Waltler on his high side. Kyle Hall right behind him. Kyle Hall been sneakily in the top 5, top 10 all day long. I would watch him in these later runs, even with the damage on the right front. And then Aiden DuPont with a lot of damage. I'm going to be surprised if he can keep up with everyone here.
Oh, he won't. He's going to be a roadblock for every driver behind him. That car is a crumpled piece of aluminum foil. So he'll be going backwards pretty quick, and it's going to become a challenge for this outside lane to see who could get around him as fast as possible without wrecking.
Most expensive aluminum foil I have ever seen. 36 right behind him. Elliott Henderson was leading right before this caution. And the 99 on his inside, Ryan Potter, who got into the incident right before this caution, now finds himself in 5th place. You have Samuel Hoff in the 17, Steve McLean in that 711 car. I really like that car. That's a nice car.
That is a very nice design. Though my only gripe with it is I wish the back end was green, and then they replaced the stripe where the 11 is orange. That would have looked personally a little bit nicer.
Yeah, I agree with the bumper for sure. I don't like the orange.
But very unique though. You do not see many 711 cars. And we're going green here. Ty Smith is going to lead the field here as Kevin Walter tries to pull side by side, but it looks like Ty Smith gets a big jump on him as they go single file for the lead. Oh, got some shuffling in the back as we see Ryan Potter jump from 5th place to the second on the outside lane. He's going to be looking to push the 56 to the lead. They're already 3 wide in the back.
You were correct about Aiden DuPont. He's a moving chicane right now, just falling to the back. Everybody's splitting him on either side. as the 56 has the lead right now, and the 99 of Ryan Potter right on his bumper, pushing him hard down the backstretch. Ty Smith not giving up on the inside with the help from Kyle Hall. And the 56 and the 99 working hard with Elliott Henderson right behind him. You know Elliott Henderson wants to get back to the lead.
Yeah, Elliott Henderson has been racing hard
There
for
he
these.
goes.
He takes it 3 wide up the middle. Oh, he's going to try and pinch it in
Power
between for the
move.
lead. Oh, what a move.
That was a power move right there. Strutting his stuff in that 36.
Give credit to the drivers that he pulled up the inside of for getting out of the way, because if they tried to block that position, that would have been a big one. But good move by Elliott Henderson to see the gap and stick it in there when he had it. As he's in the lead now, got a huge push from the 17 of Samuel Hoff. Great move by those two to take it to the front of the field. Oh, big scramble there for second place. The 18 gets into the back of Samuel. And now they're going to go 2 by 2 in the second round. Oh, he turns! Oh, are they going to save it? No, they're not going to save it. Oh, it's a big wreck.
Everybody's gone. Oh my
Giant
God.
wreck.
Oh, and there's still a wreck. And the 95, Brandon Dennis, already used his fast repair, and he's done. He's done. And the Dogecoin car is into the wall. Very few cars made it out of this one.
There's a lot of cars that are done right now. Oh, wow. That is the biggest one we've had yet. We've already had a couple big ones, but that was the biggest one. It's going to take a while to count how many cars got in that.
That's a lot of money right there. A lot of money.
That is indeed a lot of money.
Might be virtual, but it's still money. Money's money, right? And we're trying to get the replay to you as soon as possible as these guys are gathering it up. And here we go. And look here at the front of the pack. From what I saw initially, it was the 25 getting into the back of the 17, and then they just couldn't hold it. They could not hold it. Ty Smith threw them all on the wall. Big crash. Huge crash out right behind them.
I wonder if the blockade that was DuPont managed to get through it, as you see him on the inside lane further back there.
I'm watching DuPont right now.
Oh, is he gonna get through? It's a lot of smoke. It's hard to see if he did. Looks like he stopped it. He just straight up stopped on track. Good job by him. He started right at the front, fell back hard, but did manage to avoid a wreck. So if he still has
from Brandon Dennis right now. A lot of speed, already used his fast repair, and he is done. 67 as well, done. 99, done.
Yes, that is something we're going to be looking to see, is how many of these drivers even have fast repairs left, as many of them got involved in those big wrecks earlier in the race. Kevin Walter in third has some damage. We have an onboard here with Halo. Let's see as he comes through here what he sees. Frankly, all he sees is just a bunch of smoke and a bunch of cars sideways right in front of him. He got a good look at quite a few paint schemes as he went through the field here. And then he just
Doge to the moon.
He just said, you know what, we're done, and just drove it into the inside wall. Fair enough, I guess. I thought for a second there they were going to save it. It actually looked like a tiny bit of netcode turned the 18 back up the track into the field, which is an absolute shame.
Looked like the 18 didn't get too much damage from that, surprisingly. Well, he came out of that pretty good.
He definitely had some, and he definitely used his fast repair, as his car currently at the moment is brand new. As I'm watching his pit replay, his car just pops into a brand new car. And yeah, it does kind of look like netcode got into the side of the 18 of Ty Smith. He didn't get hit hard, so he was able to keep going and stay at the front of the field, but for many of the drivers around him, that bit of netcode is something they're going to be mad at iRacing for at least the next few days.
A lot of hot smoke out there, a lot of blown engines. Netcode strikes again. iRacing, where you at?
Yes, that's true. We are hoping for the day that iRacing can somehow perfect the netcode issue, but until then, we are struck with issues like this, where big wrecks happen due to it. Even when the drivers themselves did an excellent job at saving the race cars, it's just a shame that the service couldn't hold up.
Lights are out on the pace car. Elliott Henderson is now your race leader with Kyle Hall on the outside. The number 18, Ty Smith down low with that repaired car now. The 56 of Kevin Waltler on the outside of him. Anderson Bowen right behind them in the 76. You haven't seen that target forward all day. He's been in the back. But with this big accident, now he finds himself up here in the top 5.
Yeah, it looked like he was in a bit of an issue earlier in the race, but now he's up at the front of the field and is looking to try and stay up there and hopefully stay ahead of the wrecks. However, most of the wrecks have been from the second or third row, so he could actually be right in the eye of the storm. We'll have to see how this plays out.
That tends to actually be the eye of the storm here at Daytona and Talladega. Everyone wants to lead. Everyone doesn't want the big one in front of them. Everyone wants the big one behind them. Everyone's trying to get to that front spot.
Yes, I've tried multiple times to have the wreck way ahead of me, and somehow I still manage to get in them. So I've come to find that the front of the field is definitely much better than being in the back. As we see the pace car start to pull down pit road here, Elliott Henderson's going to lead them to the green flag, and the 87 of Kyle Hall is going to try and follow him through. He can't get enough of a jump on him. However, he still is there in the quarter panels. He gets a big bump here from Kevin Walter going into turn 1. And the 21 takes it 3 wide on the outside into turn 2. No help at all. Is he even going to be able to go? He's starting to pull up next to the 87. They're 3 wide already.
RJ had a huge run right there, jumped to the high side. And now he has the 16 with the 6 on the door, right behind him of Nathan Nicholson. The 24 made a big jump to the inside on that restart, by the way. I just wanted to point that out. Ashton Lawson had a great move. It's the 56!
Oh, they're already
there they go! Oh, and there goes, everybody. Except for the front 2 in that one. This is Talladega nights all over again.
Race control was quick on the caution button that time. They did not want another wreck like what happened last time. Oh, wow. I mean, they got into turn 3, made a bit of a mistake, and it just did not work out. And I'm looking at this replay personally, and the 76, who I mentioned might be in the eye of the storm, he got caught up in that wreck, so I guess the prophecy came true. Let's watch the replay here. It just kind of looks like he sort of comes up into him, but we're heading down the back stretch here. We're going to see exactly what happens as they head into turn 3. We're looking to see when the exact moment happens. I believe the 56 came up into them.
Oh my gosh. That was the biggest netcode I've ever seen. There was like a yard between them. Junebug, where you at?
2 back-to-back netcode incidents. That one even worse than the first. Oh, wow. I've seen multiple netcode wrecks like that in this exact corner at Daytona. I don't know what it is here. What is with Daytona and netcode?
Seeing a netcode like that just makes me want to cry. Or send Dale Jr. a very hateful email.
I feel bad for every driver that got caught up in that. Dale, I appreciate the changes to the 87 cars, but I think we have a bigger issue right now. Oh,
Code strikes again.
As we see the 76 get caught up directly in that as well, like I mentioned before. Oh, hate to see it. Well, the driver's down pit road currently. Get another angle of this wreck. Or with the driver who felt the net code and he just gets up. No driver input, turned him there. He did save the car impressively.
Yeah, great save.
He kept
Never
that
really
thing
noticed
going.
it. Never really noticed it with the huge accident, but that was a fantastic save. Save of the day right there.
That could be a contender for move of the race right there. Looking at Nanny a bit further back in the pack here, trying to avoid the wrecks. Are they going to be able to get through? We're looking, slowing down, keeping it slow, doing everything you gotta, and it looks to be they got by. Good job there slowing down, and good job to everybody behind them for slowing down and not hitting them in the rear end. That's something that happens a lot when these drivers are trying to miss these wrecks, is people will come up and just hit them in the rear end. So good job to everybody involved there, getting through cleanly.
And as you look out front, you have around maybe 8 cars without any damage right now. Everyone else has damage. This is insane. I'm not sure if
this has started to become an endurance race.
No, I was thinking demolition derby, but endurance race works too.
It's what the Coke 600 used to be. Drivers had to survive and equipment had to survive, and it looks like not much of that is working right now. Listening to some banter from the drivers, helping each other out, talking about some of the damage here. So you see Nathan talking to our 4th place driver about his rear end damage, which could become another possible roadblock. Not as bad as DuPont earlier in the race, but he could check up the field a lot here as we're 1 to green heading down the backstretch.
Around 10 or 12 guys lined up right now behind the pace car. This should definitely get interesting. You got the 14 of Gavin Fitzgerald. You haven't seen him up there all day. I didn't even know he was in this race, to be honest with you. And then you got Eric Kepf on the inside. He used his fast repair on that blown motor earlier, and he was able to get through that accident and keep on trucking, and he's in 3rd. The 16 of Nathan Nicholson back there in 5th. He has the 6 on the door, but he's the number 16. On the outside of him, you have Nathan Nixon.
Our booth friend, Gavin Fitzgerald, has got a bit of damage on that rear and is hoping to try and, as Nathan was trying to talk to him earlier about, try and coop up behind the 18 of Ty, and Nathan will try and coop up behind him and hopefully nullify some of the aero effect that rear end is going to cause as the pace car pulls off of pit road. We're going to be heading green here. Elliott Henderson, big jump. He pulls way out into the lead. He's going to have to be careful that these drivers don't get a big enough run on him, but they're side by side for 2nd place between Ty and Eric, trying to look for that dominant position. It looks like Elliott's going to try and hold the bottom and hold position, and that might give a bit of a run to the 18 of Ty Smith. Ty Smith's getting a push from Gavin Fitzgerald. It looks like that rear end damage isn't affecting him that poorly, as he's able to get right up to his bumper and push Ty straight to lead. Driver pulled us down to the apron. Good job. Avoided checkup, avoided a wreck, stayed out of it. They're still side by side for the lead. The outside lane only has 2 drivers. Could need some help there, but Ty Smith is now in the lead past Elliott Henderson. Elliott Henderson has got to be getting sick of being passed constantly.
It's mainly been an Elliott Henderson, Ty Smith show here today. They went up there in the top 3 all day. And Elliott Henderson just pushing him for now, as we have 18 laps to go here at Daytona. Elliott Henderson in 2nd, right behind him is Gavin Fitzgerald. Eric Kepf in 4th, and Nathan Nicholson is in 5th. It looks like they're going to try to maybe ride this out till later, as we've had enough wrecks already. Most of these guys don't have any fast repairs left.
Yeah, Gavin Fitzgerald just kind of left Nathan out to dry there on the outside as he slotted into 3rd place there. Nathan a little bit disappointed in his actions there. However, he luckily was able to slot just a few rows back, right in line there, as all the drivers just trying to line up single file. Avoid any more chaos. They've already had their fix of it. They're trying
amount of cars on this racetrack and the amount of time we still have left, anybody on this, it's still anybody's race. If you're on the racetrack, you have a shot. With all these damaged cars and everyone running out of their faster pairs. Like I see DuPont hanging out back there. He used up his faster pair on that last one. He's using the same time.
Action at the front. Oh, Gavin Fitzgerald pulls out to the outside. Eric Kep follows him. They're now trying to take the lead. The damaged car is trying to take the lead. Now they're 2 by 2, 3 rows deep. All of a sudden, it just took one straightaway, and there they are, racing for the lead now.
And everyone pulls up behind Gavin as they have 4 cars up top to the 3 on the bottom. And Fitzgerald looking to try to lead this lap from Ty Smith. It's going to be close to the line for this lap, but it's going to be Ty this time around. Fitzgerald has kept pushing him hard from behind in that bright, bright pink car. Ty Smith and Elliott Henderson working well together on the inside.
Eric Kepf has been dipping out of line a lot. He's been a little bit difficult at keeping in line, so I'm going to be worried about Gavin here. Hopefully he does not get turned by Eric's actions because he's getting squirrely trying to fight for the lead, and I know Eric's going to try and push him hard as they get a bit of a run going in the 3. Not enough, though, to pull up. Ty Smith gets single file out in the front and tries to lead the field as Elliott Henderson side drafts the absolute life out of Gavin's truck there and ends up pulling back up the Ty's bumper, and they're going to try and single file it out, but you just can't do that. Oh, I say that.
Elliott.
Elliott's trying to take the lead. He pulls to the outside right in front of Gavin. There he goes. He's now ahead of him going through turn 1. Now Nathan is side by side with Gavin trying to push Ty Smith back into the lead.
Henderson and Fitzgerald working hard on that outside. Fitzgerald almost turned Henderson off the turn. And they're working hard down the back stretch. 15 laps to go here in Daytona, and Henderson's going to leave. He's going to leave Fitzgerald.
Elliott's taking the lead. He wants a clean truck behind him. He doesn't want that damaged rear end behind him because you never know if he really needs a hard push. Gavin might not be able to provide it, but worked out for him that time, and now he's in front of Ty Smith.
Fitzgerald and Kep still lined up on that outside with Daniels right behind him, but everyone else has dropped to the low side as the 16 is now down there. And then right in the background, you have Ross Brokum. Haven't seen him all day. He's been in the back in that 51 kbm machine. Matt Daniels right behind Kep. He caused an accident not too long ago, and now he's up here trying to get up to the lead. Jordan Gonzalez in the number 3. Right behind the 33 of Nathan Nixon. He's been in the back all day as well.
We have a lot of words being slung over the radio. Got some drivers very angry in the back of the pack. Luckily, none of them up here at the front. But we're looking to see Ross Brockham, who you were talking about just before, was actually closely involved with that netcode wreck that we saw earlier in this race. So he looked like he was really lucky to avoid it. But Elliott Henderson right now is dominant right in front of the field. Ty Smith is actually clear of Gavin, so if he wanted to move up, he probably could. But Gavin has no help behind him currently at the moment. Nathan's going to try and see if he could single file out. Eric Kef and the whole outside lane is just starting to go backwards now. I wonder if that damage is really catching up to Gavin. Oh, they're trying to go around a lap car. That's very dangerous here. They all seem to be making it through at the moment. They all seem to be good. Oh, the 3 car pulls to the outside.
That was close between the 3 of Jordan Gonzalez and the 33 of Nathan Nixon. I thought he was going to turn him coming into the tri-oval. Nathan Nixon is now up front on the high side. Eric Kep drops down low. And now the 3 of Jordan Gonzalez jumps up high. Everybody's changing lanes. Everyone's switching up. No one knows what they want to do.
Now, Kyle, Jordan Gonzalez is not even on the lead lap. He's 6 laps down racing with the leaders right now.
Oh
this could be a big issue.
Jordan Gonzalez pushing hard to get one of those laps back at least. He's right there. He's trying to play spoiler here in Daytona as they're coming up on another lap car. Brandon in the 25 gonna get past. Everyone jumps up high. And Ty Smith searching for some clean air while following Elliott Henderson. And Jordan Gonzalez, the lap car, 6 laps down. He's gonna try to lead the pack with the 16 right behind him.
They still have 16 laps to go here. I don't think Jordan has the ability to get all of those laps back, so I don't really understand leading the lines here. I mean, does he have no friends he can help? I would love to see that, because he could become one of the keys to who wins this race here if he could stay up at the front.
Everyone's going to pass him down low for the most part, as they're beginning to build up a little bit behind him. And everybody, there's some people coming in for pit stops.
I was curious about that earlier. It's been a while since some of these drivers have pit, so I was wondering what the fuel numbers were going to be, but it looks like some drivers are forced to head down pit road, which could mean that we're likely to see a couple more head down this next time by. Looks like all the drivers that came down pit road just before seem to get in pretty clean, no incidents there, but we're going to be looking to see these leaders single file try and get down. To see some more try and go side by side here. They're not going to be able to get on pit road if they're on the outside, so they're going to be hoping that everybody on the inside line dives in here so they can come the next time by before they run out of fuel.
I'd like to point out that the 2 lap cars are lining up on the outside of these guys. Brandon and Jordan Gonzalez are lining up and pushing one another.
I suppose there's his friend now.
Lap cars versus the world right now.
Absolutely it is. Gonzalez getting a big push by Brandon Burkerski. He's actually 1 lap down, so he actually can get his lap back. He is the first car 1 lap down, so he has something big to race for here. Let's see if Jordan can try and help him get that lap back, but we're not seeing it right at the moment as Elliott Henderson and Ty Smith are just so dominant on that bottom line. It's making it hard for anybody to try and get around them. Gavin Fitzgerald is announcing that he's going to be pitting next time by, and here come all the leaders coming down pit road.
And DuPont stayed on the track for a long time, almost got ran over by the 77.
Nice and neat going down pit road. Everybody gets in very clean. Doesn't make a huge amount of contact, not from what I've seen, but oh, contact on pit road. Aaron Duclos and Aiden DuPont make contact down pit road. It seemed to be that Duclone had to make it into his pit box and ended up running into DuPont.
Ross and Matt Daniels still on the racetrack out of our leaders, and the 2 lap cars are also still on the racetrack as they're 3 wide in 3 and 4. And Matt Daniels, will he come into the pits this time? Nope, he's going to pass by, and so is the number 51 and our 2 lappers.
We see quite a few of these drivers here take 2 tires to try and get some track position on a lot of these leaders. That could help out here. Daytona, it does wear the tires out. However, under green, it's not a bad idea to just take 2 tires or sometimes no tires and just take fuel. Especially with these few laps back, I wonder if we're even going to get enough racing that the tires are going to make a big difference.
And they're beginning to line up back there as our... Oh, that was close!
That was
William almost running over Ashton Lawson.
That's something big that these guys are going to have to watch out for as they're coming up. A big run for a couple of these drivers that are already lined up, catching up to this pack.
And the 92 is in the wall, and they're wrecking. They're wrecking Elliott Henderson and Ty Smith. Into them. No caution. They kept it straight. But that might be a race ender.
Michael Senzi, Elliott Henderson, and Ty Smith all were basically running into each other in the middle of the corner, and yet somehow they kept it going. No caution.
A lot of damage to the nose of Ty Smith. Wondering if he's going to be able to continue at the pace he was going. As we see the replay here. And it looks like the 92 just gets up into the fence and just came down across his nose, it looks like.
Very impressive by Elliott Henderson and Ty Smith for keeping it straight there. Ty Smith was on the apron. That ought to have been nearly impossible turn. As we see the caution's out.
Not sure what the caution is for. And it looks like the 14 of Gavin Fitzgerald has spun around in turn 1.
And I'm
And he's gonna
looking, it
keep it
also
going.
looks like Ty Smith has a lot of damage as well. One of our front runners for this race seems to have gotten in this wreck. We're going to be looking to see what happened here.
2 incidents for Ty Smith in 2 laps. God, feel it for him as him and Elliott Henderson have the dominant cars all day. As we look at the replay, you see Gavin Fitzgerald just comes across the nose, and then Elliott Henderson just looks like he got into Ty Smith. Don't know if Gavin got into him there. We'll have to take another look at that. Yeah, it looks like Gavin got turned right into Elliott, and a lot of damage to Ty Smith in that 18. Oh gosh, this is going to get crazy with only a few laps to go.
Yeah, it looked like the 30 of Daniel Nanny got into the quarter panel of Fitzgerald and turned him into Elliott as they came by, which then in turn turned him into Ty. Oh, so this is going to set the field up for a very interesting finish, as a lot of drivers had come down pit road. Some of the drivers who were a lap down had stayed out, so they're now on the lead lap. And now we've got pure chaos going into this last section of the race. It's going to be, I believe, will be near a green-white checkered, or I believe a natural green-white checkered.
A lot of these lead lap cars are waiting behind Elliott Henderson, who couldn't really drive fast due to his engine damage, driving around 135 as they now pull in. You have Nathan Nixon, Ty Smith, the number 30 of Nanny, all in the pit road now to make their pit stops.
We have a lot of drivers here looking to get some of their laps back, one or more of their laps. So we're going to be seeing that William Barbagalata is going to be leading the field going on to what we hope to be the final restart of the race. However, with how messy this race has been, especially when the pack's been together, would not surprise me if we see some forced green-white checkers here going into the last section of this race.
Right behind him, you have the number 24 of Ashton Lawson, Steve McLean right behind him, Matt Daniels in the number 25, and then Ross Brockham in the 51 right there in 5th. And this is going to be an interesting restart as we're going to get going with, it looks like to be 2 or 3 laps to go. Going to be a very exciting finish. Do you think they're done wrecking, Alex, or do you think we got another wrecking us?
Oh, they're going to wreck again. There's no way.
They're going to wreck again?
They're going to wreck again. There's no way.
Okay, let me make some popcorn. Give me a sec.
I think he's going to 7-Eleven to get some popcorn. Steve McLean influenced him a little bit too much.
Good product placement.
Hey, it's the sponsor, baby. They're looking for the broadcast time. We're giving it to them. Looks they going to 1 to go. It looks like these drivers are catching up to the pace car here. Looks like the lights are out on the pace car, so yes, I believe we are 1 to green. So we're going to be seeing a very interesting last couple laps here. Natural green-white checkered finish. So this is going to leave an opportunity for a caution to possibly come out within this first lap. But if not, all hell breaks loose and somebody could win this race if there's a crash.
So this is, like I said earlier, this is still anybody's race. If you're on the racetrack, you have a great shot of winning because this has just been insane, intense racing, a lot of wrecks. I don't think anybody told them that this was a practice race because they're racing like this is the Daytona 500 out here.
Well, there's a couple guys here that were wishing that this was the actual race, because I'm looking at the starting lineup and where drivers are now. Matt Daniels in 4th place has moved up 31 positions since the beginning of this race, so he'll be looking to get a good finish after a poor qualifying and heat effort here.
They're coming off turn 4. Pace car about to pull off, and here he goes. We're about to get the green flag with 2 laps to go here in Daytona. And William leads him to the green, and Ashton didn't go, and they're 3 wide for second. Matt Daniels jumps to the high side. The 25. He's going to get followed by the 77 as the 27 jumps down low. 3 wide at the front.
Who is that coming? That's Ty Smith coming all the way from very back in the pack right up to the front of the field, second in line on the outside lane.
Matt Daniels getting a huge push from Ty Smith up there. Ty Smith is pushing him hard. These guys are racing hard, and Ashton jumps to the high side, jumps to the middle, jumps to the high side, and they wreck behind him. Everybody goes, and we're going to get a caution. And Gavin Fitzgerald went to the moon, like actually to the moon this time.
Oh man, I saw that one coming. There was a wreck in it. I said there was gonna be a wreck, and guess what? They wrecked going down the back straight. I knew immediately when they were going 3 wide, before they even got across the line, that we were gonna have some issues. A lot of drivers pulling some big blocks going down the back straight, and it eventually just caught them up.
Looked like to me that Ash. Oh, you saw Gavin go flying. I told you he went to the moon. I was not kidding. He looked like he got kicked like a paper football.
Yeah, I went to the moon earlier in one of my official races, so I know exactly what it's like. Wow! Look at that. NASA's space program. NASA should just hire Steve Myers for their next project. He looks like he knows what he's doing to try and get things to the moon.
Let's see, we got Dogecoin, we got SpaceX in here. This is the Elon Musk 500 out here.
Essentially, yes, the Elon Musk 500 with some 7-Eleven snacks.
With some 7-Eleven snacks. A Slurpee in the bunch. But it looks like Ashton just kind of just put him in the wall, basically. He was making some aggressive blocks on the backstretch there.
Ashton was very lucky that he wasn't the one that got turned into the wall, because he got hit right on the right side quarter panel, right on the corner. So the fact that he managed to keep it going and is sitting at the front of the field, he's actually currently leading the race. Oh, and William Barbagata pits. I think he just ran out of fuel.
Very possible.
So the interesting part is, after the wreck, there is some controversy out on the racetrack. Matt Daniels pulled up and ran into Ashton, who's leading currently. So now Ashton has some more damage on top of getting into the wall after the wreck.
I don't blame Matt. Ashton just kind of ruined a lot of guys' days right there. A lot of frustration out of Matt Daniels after already using his fast repair earlier.
But that has to be some action from the admins here, from race control. That shouldn't be let slide, no matter what happens to you.
Boys, have at it.
Boys, have at it, but don't hurt each other. And it kind of looks like he hurt him.
I mean, he already had damage. I don't think he really hit him all that hard. Just a little love tap.
I mean, I know I was joking about DuPont kind of looking like some aluminum foil, but after that one, Ashton's kind of got some...
a little love tap.
Kind of starting to literally look like the color of aluminum foil. But he stays out still. I believe he's going to try and stay in the lead, and pretty much in his situation, I imagine he's just going to be hoping for cautions back to back to back. Because I don't believe he'll be able to stay at the front of the field.
I see the same thing happening that we just saw. I think Ashton's going to try to block the field like he just did. I don't know if he'll cause an accident this time or they'll get past him, but I think that's the only way he's going to have a shot at winning this thing is if he blocks the field. There's not a good thing there's not much of the field to block anymore.
Well, from what I'm seeing is if Ashton tries to pull another block, I believe he's gonna get turned this time. I think he got really lucky the first time, and I think next time it's gonna be the end of his race. So I'd be very careful if I was Ashton in this position.
Matt Daniels has left the race. Not sure if it was parked by choice or got parked, but he is no longer in the race session. So you have Ashton Lawson leading the field, coming off turn 2. half a lap to green. Right behind him, you have Steve McLean in the number 711 vehicle. Eric Kep right behind him in the 63. Then the outside of row number 1, you have Breyer Fritz, who I haven't said his name all day. I haven't mentioned this guy once all day, but here he is in the front row in the number 77.
We have one of these drivers taking the chicane. They don't want to do an oval race anymore. They want to do a road race. But we're coming to the green flag here. Breyer Fritz, who had actually been at the back of the field for a majority of this race, just pretty much complaining at most other drivers he was racing with, is now racing at the front of the field and probably will start complaining about the drivers at the front of the field.
Ooh, shots fired straight from the booth.
Hey, I'm just stating facts. He was yelling at other people, and I could see him yelling at people now. But we're green flag. Ashton with a big jump on Breyer. Breyer's going to try and slide in. Oh, he barely gets in front of McLean. Great move indeed. He's going to have a big run on Ashton. Like I said, Ashton is low on aerodynamics. It's hard for him to get some top speed going as Breyer just pulls around his outside. He's not able to clear him yet as McLean comes with Ashton. The 51 of Ross is going to try and give a shove to Breyer. I believe those two drivers are in the best position at the moment, but Ashton seems to still be able to keep going here. I don't think he's going to be able to throw a block at the moment. See if these drivers can get to the white flag. If so, this is going to get interesting. Oh, the
Remember Brandon Berkowski? He's back on the lead lap, and now he's going for the win in that 25.
The driver that was trying to race for his lap back is on the lead lap, and now he's trying to go for the lead. Does he take it 3 wide low? He might do it here in a second. He's going to actually try and take it high. He now leads the second lane. Can he get to the outside? No, he cannot. He's close, though. Breyer Fritz is going to stop back. Oh, Ashton
there goes Lost.
Turned low. He saves it, though. Got to be careful coming back on track. And now Brandon Berkowski is now leading the field as they start to wreck at the back. It's the white flag. No caution's going to be coming out. So if any wreck happens here, they're just going to keep going. Berkowski leads the field going down the backstretch. He is clear for the lead. Who is that behind him?
Curtis Granger.
Curtis Granger, he's now to the outside.
And there they go.
Big contact. That is William Barblagata. He picked. Oh, no. Big wreck there. Oh, who's going to win the race?
And here comes DuPont. DuPont is going to beat him.
DuPont wins the race.
All right, what did I say about DuPont earlier?
DuPont wins the race.
Oh, my gosh. I told you he was still in the race. It wasn't over. And DuPont, oh, my gosh.
The aluminum foil wins the race. What a chaotic finish.
Fantastic. 0 to hero, the double zero going to victory lane today as the fireworks go off on the backstretch. What a fantastic display here today in Daytona Beach.
Oh my God, what a finish. We are going to have to see multiple replays from multiple perspectives. I want to see the guys that were leading, Berkowski, then I want to see Barblagata as he comes up on him, then I want to see, I don't even remember, so much happened on the last lap, I'm going to have to relook to see who was even there at the finish. Then, of course, last we're going to look at DuPont as he comes and just steals the race away. Oh my gosh.
I wasn't sure if Ross was going to be into the line right there, but DuPont made sure of it that he was going to be in victory lane today. What a race. And let's watch this finish one more time. Ross, look at the double zero. He's in the very back. He's in the very back right there just watching all this unfold.
He was just dancing around all the other drivers coming out of turn 2 as they were getting stuck on the wall. He's there, though. McLean actually came low but wasn't able to come in. And then we're going to see this wreck happen here in just a second. DuPont all the way in the back there. I mean, he James Bushered it, basically.
Woo! Barely made it past, and the leader's wrecked right in front of him, and he had a huge run off of turn 4. And I don't know who was going to get to the stripe first here. It was going to be very close, but there goes Ross flying into the wall, and the double zero goes flying to victory lane.
I thought it was going to be either Berkowski or Barblagata, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, Ross Brockman and Aiden DuPont just come up dooring each other for the win.
I didn't want to say this. Here comes Aiden DuPont as he's coming down the backstretch. You're going to watch his last half lap of victory here in Daytona.
I want to see how he danced around that first wreck. I mean, every single driver right in front of him just wrecked each other, and then they slipped right by on the low side through the tri-oval. Oh my god, he took the apron. He actually made contact. Oh my god. Ross Brockman actually managed to save it, but he came up the inside side draft and went through the grass
Passed through the grass.
Scored him.
Passed through the grass for the win. I didn't want to say this during the last caution, but the last time I saw an Interstate Batteries car leading the race at Daytona coming to the checkered flag, he got wrecked by Tony Stewart. And guess what happened right there? Interstate Batteries car got wrecked going for the win, and you get an amazing victory from Aiden DuPont.
Wow. We're going to be looking at the initial wreck here with Daniel Nanny, who was right at the front of the field. Sadly got taken out in this initial wreck. Oh, just... I don't know. I think it was kind of he actually kept it going straight, and then just a little contact in the briar, but by that point it was already too late. He could not recover from that one. But man, that was excellent for the drivers further back there. That helped them out to try and steal the win. I was convinced Barb Legato was about to get this win up until the contact up against the wall. These drivers, they were just stuck in the wall, and then just out of nowhere, these two just pop out. Literally, James butchered it for the win.
Fantastic. Fantastic concentration from DuPont. Able to get the victory from Ross there coming to the line. Just a fantastic race with even a better finish and a lot of destroyed race cars. There's not a single race car out there that didn't get completely demolished today. Tony Stewart would be very happy with what we did here today.
I guess Tony Stewart got his wish with this one. Oh wow, this would be one of the most expensive NASCAR races if it was real. Luckily, we're virtual, so you can do stuff like this and it doesn't matter.
Got a lot to look forward to next Tuesday with the season opener. Same time, same place, same drivers.
Yes, absolutely. Let's see if DuPont can repeat his performance, hopefully this time without a race car that is crumpled like I just finished a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich and just crumpled up the leftover pieces.
Bacon crumble. That was a great race. I can't get over that finish. That was intense. That was intense to say the least.
I wish I could get one of those finishes. This is something I dream of in iRacing. Oh.
You just see William come down to the 25 and 77 spin around and just drag race. Like it's Kevin Harvick versus Mark Martin all over again.
Oh. I'm exhausted. That was incredible, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. As we watch a slow motion of this finish, we'll sign you off here from Split Second Broadcasting and the Great Lakes Truck Series recruitment race practice. And Aiden DuPont takes the win in that incredible finish. We'll see you next Tuesday, 8 p.m. at Daytona International Speedway, right here on twitch.tv/splitsecondbroadcasting. Thank you all for tuning in and watching tonight. And Kyle, thank you for joining me in this fantastic race that we had today. This was some good stuff indeed.
Great stuff, amazing action, and I expect a lot more of this next week for the season opener as we get the season started here in the Great Lakes Truck Series. And the Great Lakes Cup Series is also starting up very soon on June 10th. It's 2 days from now. Very exciting times.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will see you all next time. Hopefully you tune in for the Cup Series this Thursday. If not, we'll see you back again for the Great Lakes Truck Series season opener, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Don't forget, let's get it in.